Hello, this is a Syndesi presentation where you're going to speak about some use cases relating to 4G and 5G assets dimensioning when the traffic is growing. We're going to speak about the most efficient operational window, about loss of revenues and customer churn, about over-dimensioning sales and low return on investment, about efficiency of the optimization campaigns, how to rationalize budgets, about fixed wireless access lines management, some case study, Econet Zimbabwe generating more revenues, case study in Asia finding more FWA lines, case study in the Middle East, country 1, less congestion with the same capex, and case study in the Middle East, country 2, discover hidden capacity. Based on the network TCO, the annual opex, the competition and the market expectation, the operators estimate an optimal user throughput target. For example, guaranteeing 5 megabit per second for all users at all time. Syndesi provides an instant vision of all the sectors operating within the most efficient operational window, the MIO. The MIO are composed by cells which configuration are correlated and proportional to the traffic demand. Using the Syndesi solution, optimization teams can detect and drag the low-performing cells toward this efficient window either by adding capacity onto the congested cells or inversely by increasing traffic onto the oversized cells. When subscribers are experiencing low throughput or no service at all during few hours daily, up to the entire day, they reduce their communication, directly translating into low ARPU and revenue losses for the operators. In the worst cases, they choose to change operator, the churn. Syndesi provides instant visibility on the degraded sectors which, with the associated correction solution, upgrading capacity. Syndesi solution provides some root cause analysis and the amount of bandwidth and assets needed to handle the traffic demand. Oversized capacity can be easily identified using Syndesi maps. Sector oversizing means that most of the time on the daily basis subscribers will get higher experience than the target speed they pay for. For those deployed assets, the return on investment for the operators are low, adding financial pressure. Oversized cells are detected and corrected by either increasing traffic or by withdrawing physical resources. It is hard for mobile operators to assess whether network optimization campaigns are efficient or not. With the Syndesi solution, monthly performance evolution can be measured, visibility on improvement achieved, and remaining issues are provided. This example shows a blind spectrum enhancement as the Syndesi solution was not used. They added 50% capacity on all cell sites. Some sites that were upgraded did not need it, 9%. Other sites were upgraded 50% but needed more. They remained congested after the expansion, 32% of the network. Today there is no solution available for operators to accurately decide where to invest, what date to deploy and how many assets are needed when traffic grows. Syndesi solution showed that for this network, 95% of the traffic is located between the site and the cell center. The dimensioning done with the Syndesi solution discarded users located at the cell edge, representing 5% of the overall traffic, but enabling a capex opex reduction of 84%. In some network, most of the 4G sectors remain unused most of the time. Fixed wireless access providers are using Syndesi FWA lines management solution to discover where they can still sell lines. Syndesi provides the number of lines for any offer, for example 1 or 2 or 3 or 15 megabit per second, and for different traffic mix, For example, 80% at 1 megabit per second and 20% at 3 megabit per second. Postal code and RF coverage availability maps are provided, as well as their corresponding tables. Econet Zimbabwe wanted to validate its investment plan for 2016 and 2017. After analysis, Syndesi found that the network was overall over-dimensioned and necessitated little new capex. Econet could alternatively maintain its capex budget, but decided to increase traffic 7 times to sweat the asset. Econet launched the Get $7 times free airtime credit for $1 promotion. The network coped well with the extra traffic, and revenue's market share jumped 7%. The engineering team wanted to validate their process to identify and communicate to the sales team the number of fixed wireless access sellable lines. Syndesi adapted its tool to automatically calculate FWA available lines and found 38% more lines, potentially generating a $6.9 million per month of revenues. Better located the lines geographically, modeled the user's experience, their throughput per sector, validated the results with field measurements. Operator had already implemented 5 MHz upgrade everywhere. Syndesi analyzed the impact of the upgrade based on historical traffic before and after the expansion. Upgrade resulted in 36% congestion reduction and user throughput improvement 39%. Based on tool output, a more detailed approach could have reduced congestion by 72% based on same capex. The engineering team wanted to know the experience of its subscribers for various services: high-definition video calls, YouTube, emails, web browsing. For these services, user throughput is the main criteria. Syndesi matched each service with the maximum throughput thresholds, creating correspondence table and map. Subscribers could use all the services most of the time in most of the areas. However, during the high traffic hours, which is 88% of the time, only 40% of the sectors provided throughput above 8 megabit per second, the marketing target, required to enable high-definition usage. And 13% of the sectors were heavily congested, serving most of the time only the lowest services, which is emails or web browsing. Recap on the benefits. Econet Wireless discovered too much network capacity, recommended by $1 get $7 air credit, increased 7% revenue market share, translating revenue increase of $57 million, lowered 60% capex expenditure, capex reduction of $50 million, in Southeast Asia, discovered new pool of available 4G broadband fixed lines for sales teams, 38%, and 14% severely degraded sectors. Revenue increase of $6.9 million per month, and 14% reduction of churn, translating into $2.5 million per month. In the Middle East country 1, expansion done on all sales resulted in 36% congestion reduction, user throughput improvement 39.6%. Based on tool output, a more detailed approach could have reduced congestion by 72% based on the same capex. And in the Middle East country 2, discovered services available for different traffic models and different users' location, showed that 40% of the sectors were serving throughput above 8 megabit per second 80% of the time, enabling high-definition videos. Found 13% of the sector were still heavily congested.